What's happening, guys? Welcome to another eclectic edition of PWT Podcast. Yeah. And I told you guys I'd be banging these out more frequently, and so it is Monday evening, but the time of release is yet to be determined. Time cap. But joining me here today is JJ Alexander from White Heat. Round of applause for JJA. How you doing, man?
I'm hanging in there. It's hilarious that you mentioned Time Cop. I was just at the movies the other night and I saw Rip Tracks live doing Time Cop.
Oh, that's amazing.
It was hilarious.
It's actually not a bad movie. It's just funny that Tony Khan picked that as his favorite.
Right.
So PWT Universe, guys, make sure you're on the YouTube channel hitting like and subscribe. We blew past 7K subs on the one channel. We blew past 2K subs on the other channel. And if you're listening on Spotify, there will be some visuals and there will be some graphic content tonight on this podcast a little bit. And, well, pretty much, I mean, it's surrounding just a gruesome occurrence that happened at KnokX Pro Wrestling, I believe it's called. And, you know, Rikishi owns the federation. It was a WWE ID federation or whatever, which we're going to get into, and the Raja Jackson incident with Syko Stu. But before that, shamelessly, I suppose, I must plug my YouTube channels, youtube.com/@prowrestleclips and @prowrestletimes. Guys, I started reading the patrons, and the tribal chief members' names on the podcast again, but then I realized I should do it on the live show because that's what you guys are members to and patrons for, more specifically than the audio format. So I'm going to go back to doing it on the live show. And so that was an epic botch for 1 week there. And yeah, we are into episode 98 of PWT Podcast, and I'm excited to get into it. Although, as I warned previously, I don't know. If you're watching it, not for the faint of heart. If you're listening, maybe not for the faint of heart either. JJ, do you have anything to plug before we get into things?
Just the channel in general. It's Full Circle Radio on YouTube. We're on Spotify as well. White Heat's taken this week off apparently because my co-host is in Cape Cod. He just got back to me. However, the season 2 finale of Wildcard Cinema just dropped as we're recording this. A new edition of Catharsis drops later tonight, and also an edition of Brass Tacks comes out. So there's a whole lot of other content on the channel.
Right on, man. So, ladies and gentlemen, you know, I like to break things up into segments here at PWT. And this one, I don't know, I put it all in miscellaneous news in my miscellaneous news folder, but I really didn't know how to approach this. Is it a sicko segment? Is it, you know, just random news that should be talked about? I really don't know. But at the end of the day, I decided I'm going to do a fucking full podcast about this because,
well, according to the thigh rubber, it's WWE, bro.
I don't even know who you're talking about. But yes, so this federation here, this WWE ID'd professional wrestling league or indie promotion, whatever you guys want to call it, right? We don't want to diminish it, but it is an indie fed, and an incident went down, and I will just start off by playing the video. And what it depicts is graphic. For YouTube purposes, this is pro wrestling. It's a work, brother, but it's really not. And it's quite a sad situation where Raja Jackson, 25-year-old son of Quinton Rampage Jackson, attacked a pro wrestler, Stuart Smith, at a KnokX Pro Wrestling event. Jackson slammed Smith and threw over 20 punches, leaving him unconscious and hospitalized. He was flatlined, his teeth were knocked out, he was choking on his blood, etc. And it is quite a fucked up video. Now, this is what everybody saw first and foremost, okay? They saw this video with this violent attack, and this happened on a kick stream where Raja is a kick streamer, and by the way, Raja's 0-1 in MMA. Like, he's not good. You know, there's training footage that came out the other day of him getting rocked with a fucking head kick and him wobbling around like a dummy. And, of course, Rampage is like huge on kick, man. Rampage is fucking huge on kick. And Rampage is. And so obviously that's why Raja got into this shit.
Yeah.
Is because of his dad's fame. And it's crazy because we're going to get into this. It seems as though Rampage is like defending him quite a bit. And again, like, how much silver spoon are you going to shove up this kid's ass? Like, you're the scary rich guy. We all get it, man. But we're going to go over what happened before, what happened after, Rampage's reaction, Rampage talking about and with his son in the past, and sort of how these two are kind of, it seems like they're fucked up in the head. I didn't realize I've been a lifelong Rampage Jackson fan. I got to be honest. We've seen him spaz out on like the Ultimate Fighter season 10 and shit, but I just thought he really hated Rashad Evans, and some of that was kind of staged to sell the fight a little bit. You know, I didn't realize, like, damn, this guy might really just be a dickhead and bully people.
Yeah.
I don't know. But let's take a look at this. What happened at KnokX Pro. So what happened? We have other angles of Raja. Basically, someone's hitting the ropes. This Syko Stu does an Irish whip into the ropes. And so Raja hits the ring, picks him up in a single leg, slams him down. He's already KO'd by the time he hits the mat. And why? Because pro wrestlers, you train to bump in a way that is not how you would try to bump in MMA. Let's put it there. If someone shoots slamming you down, you don't brace for the impact and tuck your chin the way wrestlers, like if someone's really whipping you down to hurt you, your head's going to bounce. You're going to get knocked out. In MMA, it would be a much different defense. But what, Syko Stu's trying to do is rely on his like wrestling training with this bump. You can kind of tell. And so Raja slams him down and then violently assaults him like a maniac. 1, 2, 3. I can hardly watch this. 7, 8, I can 9, hardly watch an 10, assault 11, like this. 12, I have seen, 17, and like, where's anybody helping him? The fucking marks in this Fed, like, and no offense, but like, none of you know how to fucking grab a guillotine choke you didn't know how to grab him from behind and put that dude to sleep. Look at them like trying to fend him off and everything. I'm not sure, man. Like, they're trying to hold him back. Maybe they're whispering to him like it's a work or something. I have no fucking clue. But that's just a horrendous scene. And I tweeted out, I said, listen, man, I'm a fan of Rampage Jackson. I've seen Inoki smack the shit out of people that are fucking no-selling them.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen real shoots break out. Okay. Like in the ring. I've seen MMA fights. I'm a big fan. I watch bare knuckle boxing. I'm a degenerate. For real, this is the first time where I've been so fucking disgusted by something that's happened in the ring where I'm like, lock this dude up. Like, start locking people up, man. Like, this is the first time ever. This wasn't like a shoot scenario where they started beefing with each other and whatever. This is like a one-sided fucking beatdown, vicious, brutal beatdown. And I mean, what is your take on it, JJ? You're sitting there, you're absorbing this. Is this the first piece of footage you saw when it comes to this story? And what did you make of this scenario and how it played out?
So I saw the clip when it first hit, and it was like everything was ensconced in what was going on right away with, no further word had come out yet. We didn't see the backstage video with AJ Mana or whatever that came out afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it looked like someone who, because I was trying to grasp this as is Raja like looking to get into wrestling, or was like, how did he end up at this, in this spot is what I was trying to figure out at first. It's like if you're trying to do a spot for this company and you're getting brought in, then you're obviously greener than a leprechaun's dick, and you need to pay attention to everything that is said to you. So, and then obviously, like, you see him just go fly off the handle right away, and it's just like, dude, that's not like I know that there's always a disconnect with MMA guys who get into wrestling, who just, it doesn't click right away. It doesn't click right away for anyone. When you first learn how to bump, it's not an instinct. It takes a while to get that shit down. But in this case, you could tell it's like just flew off the handle and got in like MMA mode, and like it's a work, dude. It's not that serious. You need to calm down. And just the fact that what was released later with what he was told and how, oh, it was only known among a couple of guys and stuff like that, like that falls on a lot more people than just him. I am not absolving him whatsoever. He went fucking insane, but it needs to be discussed about the person who set up, whoever agented that spot, whoever was overseeing, booking the entire show, whoever's running the school, whoever's running the promotion. All of those people have a piece of the responsibility when it comes to this. And yeah, there's a lot of layers to it.
Right, and we're gonna get through them all, man.
Right, that's why I don't want to.
I have an ungodly amount of stuff bookmarked. Now, when there are some stupid assholes out there who are like, "This is a work watch." No, I've watched way too much real fights. I've been punched in the fucking head enough times in my life to know what a real one is. This is such a violent beatdown that wouldn't have stopped unless these guys jumped in, and they jumped in 40 punches too fucking late. Like, where were any of these guys? Here's the thing. If you are a trained pro wrestler, and I get this is like a school, like, what were they scared of Raja? Did they not think were they like, oh, it's work punches? Like, you got to be able to tell the difference, man. Where was anybody there to stop this? And, yeah, man, we're going to get into this. Like we said, there's just layers to this thing, and we're going to basically...
Wasn't this like in the middle of a match, and a guy got draped over Syko Stu afterwards for the pin?
Well, okay, you brought it up, so let's go to that. Yeah, I mean, a guy, he wasn't like brought in, he just went for the pin, and the ref So again, we see here's another... I'm not going to replay the entire thing, but he's sitting in the front row just to paint the picture. He slides in on an Irish whip or a spear. Yeah. And then this guy powders out of the ring. Yeah. So it looks planned. Like, it looks like it could be planned to some degree. Right. The pickup may even be planned the way Syko Stu's going with it. But I'll tell you this much. I don't even know about that, because if anybody who's fucking trained or rolled or anything, if someone can get you up that fucking high, like just scoop you up like that, you're kind of fucked. It's pretty much just don't land on my fucking head, which is unfortunately what happened. So the slam happens. I don't know how much of this was premeditated or not. Obviously, the violent assault at the end was not premeditated. That's what matters. Like, if they said, yeah, you can run in there and get the receipt or whatever, and we see footage from earlier in the day, which we're about to get into, if this fucking kid didn't understand a work and a working punch and whatever, I mean... he's a fucking dumbass, and especially because his dad, first off, it's MMA, like he trains MMA, so is what I mean to say. So he should understand this. Like, this is the problem too. All this like, I'm just a fighter, I'm not a martial artist shit has ruined the UFC and shit. I'm sorry. Like, I'll call out Sean Strickland and all these motherfuckers. Like, I'm just a fighter. I don't fuck martial arts and shit. That shit's ruined fighting. For a bit. I'm just gonna say it, man. It's ruined UFC largely. The guys we get the most excited to see are the fucking Pereiras, like the Chamas and the Yuri Prohaskas, and like even the John Joneses, who are like, no, I'm a martial artist through and through. GSP guys that we fucking, respect it. We've always drawn. I feel like we've always been fucking drawn towards them for the most part. And so like someone should have instilled this. Like, this is what I tweeted out as well. Like, if you are landing that many shots in a non-life threatening situation, and you fucking go to a martial arts gym to train, who the fuck are your shitty teachers who never taught you? Like, dude, I learned this in my first ever karate class. Martial arts is about protecting yourself and those around you. It's not about starting fights. It's not about anything like that. It's about knowing how to defend yourself and people who need to be protected. And it's fucking crazy to me that this kid thought he's 25 years old. I mean, what are we talking about here? You're a grown-ass man. Right. You can't do that. That's attempted murder. And Rampage, you'd think a guy who worked in TNA should have instilled this in his son a little bit. Exactly. And so you, as a guy who's you've booked, you've fucking everything, right? There's
Mhm.
a checklist. You've done everything in the biz.
Yes.
And especially at a level like this, right?
Yeah.
So what would you like? We pointed out there, some of this looks like it could have been perhaps premeditated, and maybe Syko Stu was in on it. And if I call you Psycho Sid by accident, I apologize. But
Yeah.
Syko Stu, he may have been in on some of it. But in your opinion, JJ, like, what went wrong here? Like, should they have told him, bro, you got to get working punches in? Or like, what's even going on? Why are they letting this kid get in the ring in the first place? Obviously, because he's just Rampage's son, and people are marks for celebrities, right?
Yeah, like from what I can gather, like what I can gather is this was obviously planned for internet clout. It was planned to get clicks for him to do a run in during this. What now? Was there something that happened like that was videoed earlier in the day between him and Syko Stu, or was this their first time touching?
There was something that happened earlier in the day. Thank you for the setup. And this is what happened earlier in the day. So, right here we see Syko Stu, and here's the AJ Mana guy right behind him.
Yep.
And Rampage Jackson's son got into it with a wrestler and later knocked him out cold mid-performance. And now if you guys look, he takes a plastic cup or like a beer can, and people are like, he smashed a bottle on his head. You fucking idiots. Jesus Christ. Now, this was obviously planned.
Yeah.
And the ego, like, you can tell that Raja doesn't understand what the fuck is going on. Who didn't explain to him before this, or after this especially,
Right.
hey, man, that's not how you work. This is all a show, right? And we are trying to make it look real, but it's not real. And trust me, guy, this will go viral on your kick. People will be like, oh, he got in a real fight, but just you got to work though, man. Like it's all just for show, baby. And trust me, it'll go viral. Wrestling's hot right now. Your dad's been involved in TNA. I'm sure you understand this. Your dad was in TNA. It's Rampage. He was in Japan where they fixed fucking fights and he fought pro wrestlers. You would think he'd fucking understand this a little bit, no?
Right.
So here's what happened.
Hey, I think that's
hits him with a can of beer.
An empty can. Yep.
An empty can. Like I'll do that right now to myself. Where's my empty beer can? I will do that, you know, like that is nothing. And then he like gets in his face, so he doesn't get it.
He's not a fucking worker, bro. Yeah, what the fuck was that?
And people are like, he's not a fucking worker, bro. So what I think personally, and maybe I'm jumping ahead and this might be a bit of a conspiracy theory, but if I had to guess, and this is all me, just like, this is just allegedly, like this is South Park. I'm just making shit up. I don't know anything, and I'm not implying this is what could have happened or that there's any evidence to, so I'm just saying like a conspiracy theory here. What if his goal this whole time with his friends, and his friends are egging him on, hey, let's like actually knock out a fucking pro wrestler. But yeah, we're going there to work and shit, but like, let's really fuck one up, and then that'll go viral. Because man, a kid they just murdered a grown man. These kids like murdered a guy on Kick recently, you know, and it went viral. These people in France, dude, they like murdered a guy after like tying him. They were like torturing him basically as pranks, as a bit, and they fucking killed this guy, man. And now this happens on Kick. And Kick like banned Raja Jackson, and Rampage has this huge deal with Kick. Yeah. And yeah, it's just the only reason Raja's on there. And think about it, man. He's doing this for what? Like clout from 12-year-olds? What a fucking goofball. So let's just
what the fuck was that?
Watch rather. He doesn't understand work. Like he's going like, dude, we're working. Let go of me. He's trying to say to him. You can hear it on his breath.
Bro. What the fuck was that? Hold on. I don't play that shit, bro. No, I will fuck him up. Good. I know you will. We're good. I will fuck him up, bro. I don't play that shit.
And they're all like, I know you will. I know you will fuck him up. Sorry.
Yeah.
About that.
So
Sorry
this was
about that.
obviously a setup. This was a setup for something to happen during the show. And the people that were in on it were Mana and Syko Stu and Raja Jackson and whoever was booking the overall show, whether that was Rikishi or whether it was Gangrel or whether it was another worker that was ancillary to just planning out the show for the night. So
yeah.
So That's so it's it's just like, because with everything that's there, it's like, when it's close up there or whatever and all that stuff, that's an obvious work. And if Raja gets super pissed off like that from an empty beer can that feels like nothing, and that's what you could tell Stu is smiling the whole time. Stu, if Stu was trying to play, heel wrestler, he would have kept a mean mug on, but he was smiling. He knows it's like, and he was trying to, trying to just, look in my eyes, we're working. And this kid was already ready for murder. So there was no getting to him. And when that camera went off, the first thing that should happen is Stu turn to him and be like, "Yeah, you good?" And this could have very well happened, because we don't know what happens when the cameras are off. But Stu should have turned to him if he didn't and be like, "You all right? You good? We good for later?" That's all it takes. Or say like, "Did I get you? Or is everything cool?" It's a relationship. You talk back and forth, with it. But considering what we saw afterwards, even if that did happen, unfortunately, this AJ Mana guy exacerbated everything.
Right.
Which is, there's a huge amount of liability there because of that.
And so Syko Stu apologized to Raja 3 times. So we have 3 different clips of him apologizing after the footage we just saw.
Okay, so there. Yeah.
So he goes up. What's going on?
We always think that we're working over here, like it's part of the fucking storyline.
No, but listen to the guy behind the camera too. Like, who the fuck is this idiot?
Stupid idiot.
He's sitting there like, "Oh, y'all think we're fucking working all the time, like it's part of the storyline." Who's saying that, Raja, or is it this fucking dumbass behind the camera? This is what I mean. These retards jump on these fucking streamers, and then they have 12-year-old kids like, "Yeah," and then like, what, you're doing cloud? You're fucking doing goofy shit like this, might end up life in prison, or like probably not that, but like you fucking serve a lot of time for this. It'd be attempted murder or something, man. And you're gonna take that for what? So that these fucking kids on Kick are subscribed to you. And we actually get into that where Raja says 50 subscribers, I'll beat his ass and shit. We'll get into it, man. It's all out there. The I don't want to say funniest, but I guess the worst part about it, the best part for me, laughing at Raja Jackson's stupid ass. And the worst part about the situation for him is that this was all being streamed. It is unfortunate that this was all streamed and that this streaming culture is getting out of hand. But JJ, he streamed it all, and it shows what happened, and that he's really a piece of shit, But let's watch this. You got an apology.
We always think that we're working over here, like it's part of the fucking storyline.
Just keep quiet. What kind of homo stuff?
Rampage. That's how we. No, bro. Go ahead.
And then he turned down the handshake. Like, what an egotistical fucking loser.
Yeah.
What a loser, man. That's egotism. We have more examples of it too. And Rampage is no help. I've been a lifelong fan of him, but he's really fucking up defending his kid. And even a UFC fighter, Kevin Lee, was like, "Man, you got to fucking turn your son in." He's like, "Look, man, I don't even like to get in other people's business, but he's got to go lie down a while, man. That kid's 25. Like there's no fucking reason for this. Like, this is insanity." So he tried to apologize.
Well, he's already hot, bro. Good.
So he apologizes, extends his hand. "No, man. I feel like he had an agenda to go out there and fucking fight a pro wrestler for real." And he actually admits that. So we'll get into it, but here we go.
Fucking feel that.
Yeah. There we go. They shook. There we go. So that should have been good right there.
Right.
They shook. All is well. Okay, Raja. Hey, I take back a little bit of the mean stuff I said a minute ago. You're still a piece of shit, but hey, man, you fucking shook it out there. Why couldn't you have stayed like this? So sad, man.
I'm sorry, bro. Hey, it's gonna all work out.
Yeah, man. So then we'll look. We have a third apology here.
I appreciate it.
They shook again, and he says, "I appreciate it."
I didn't know. I thought you were working.
I didn't know. I just thought you were working with us. I'm sorry.
In
front of the camera, like he's trying to say it. Like, you gotta. You got to shout out Syko Stu for not like just straight up stooging the business and saying, bro, I was trying to help you go viral by creating like a work shoot scenario, right? Like he's just trying to say, hey man, I just thought it was the camera. I just thought we were working. I'm sorry, bro.
Right. But I mean, also like you're at an indie show where he was probably told beforehand, hey, Rampage's son is going to be here. And then someone you see an entourage walk up and you're being filmed. You think you're in promo mode. You're like, okay, this must be part of what's going on.
Now, some people might say, though, they might be like, well, that's fucking stupid. Like, he's a real fighter, not a WWE guy. Why do you think you can fucking... And what would be your response to that, JJ?
Just the fact that, like I said, we don't know all of the details, but if I'm being told an MMA guy is coming, especially Rampage Jackson's son, Rampage has done wrestling, has done wrestling with TNA. Right. So obviously it's like, okay, he's coming back here. He's doing some stuff for his internet stuff. And, it's like, he walks up to me. There's a camera there. I'm like, oh, are we, and usually at a time like that, it's usually that's when you kind of talk through your teeth to the guy, be like, we shooting to work right now? Like, yeah. But so, and that's why like Syko Stu like did the easiest thing possible with the empty beer can, because he didn't throw a working punch. He didn't even
chop him. Yeah, he didn't chop him. He didn't shove him. Like,
right.
What was that? Are you really shoving me? Like nothing like that didn't make him look like a bitch. And then even tried to work with him, like he no-sold the beer. And then he's like, oh, like let's go face to face. And then he's like standing there with his almost as though like shove me or something. And then fucking Raja tries picking him up first thing. Like he tries like double waist locking him and fucking
like he's gonna give him a belly to belly on the damn car.
Like shove him, and then everyone jumps in, and then it's like a work shoot, and then fucking, but he's just a stupid idiot, and no one explained this to him, I think, or maybe they did. Like, do you think no one said the shit you're saying to him? Do you think, JJ, or do you think, I just think he's so dumb, he doesn't fucking understand, his ego got in the way. That's my opinion.
Yeah, ego got in the way, most definitely.
They had to have told him, like, bro, they're just working. It's a fucking work. No one really hates you. Chill.
Right.
Yeah, so
I get it. Still, we're not working out. Well, he's gonna come out on your match.
He's gonna come out on your match. Oos.
There you go.
So here's a guy trying to do the bloodline gimmick. So he's like, he's gonna come out. We worked it out. He's gonna come out on your match, Oos. Okay.
I know you keep thinking we're working. We're always working. I get it. Always.
And so he's trying to explain to him, I know you're thinking we're working. We're always working.
Right.
Trying to explain to this kid, hey man, we're always working, just none of it's personal, right?
I get it now. Now you know what I'm saying? Oos? We're always working.
And then he says, you know what I'm saying, Oos? We're always working.
Yeah.
So don't take it personally, is what he's trying to say. And he's sort of letting him know. Which, shout out this guy here.
Yeah.
Whoever that is, shout him out, because he's
that's
trying.
How you de-escalate the situation.
Right. Yeah. Thank goodness. But yeah, I mean, it didn't get de-escalated. It got escalated. So where do we go from here, JJ? I don't even know like where to exactly continue this. AJ Mana, I suppose, is the next. Well, here, how about we go to, so we showed you the violent video. Here's Rampage reacting to it. He was live on Kick as well as this happened.
Oh. Okay.
And guess who? And Rampage, a 48-year-old man hanging out with, who is that? Fucking Sneeko, bro.
Stupid idiot.
A little fucking kid. Sneeko's like 25, like the age of his son, hanging out with a guy the age of his kid. I'm pretty sure the Sneeko dude fucking defended the Cuties movie and shit. I'm not even lying. If I'm wrong, hey, I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he had like a whole tirade, like defending that fucking Cuties movie. Right? Like one of these fucking guys, like, and I bet he doesn't even believe the shit he was saying. He's just doing it for clicks, It's just one of these streamers. Like, Rampage, you're hanging out with a fucking streamer, one of these fucking clowns on Rumble that Sean Strickland beat up or whatever. The PI, right? This kid is your kid's age, and you're hanging out with him so that 12-year-olds will give you likes and subs. Right. And then look at his reaction when he sees what his son did. And some people were like, man, I can see him formulating his fucking defense of his son right then and there in his head. I don't know. I'm not a mind reader. I'm not Charles Xavier, but let's look at Rampage's immediate reaction and then his defense of his son, which I don't think helps the situation when you continue to use your celebrity. The only reason Rampage, that your son's in the position he's in to where he can show up at fucking indies and shit is because he's Rampage Jackson's son.
Right.
And the only reason he has a fucking Kick deal or has followers on Kick is because Rampage has a giant fucking Kick deal and has a really successful podcast right now.
Right.
If those two things weren't the case, your son wouldn't even this wouldn't even be a situation that happened. Let's be honest. But anyway,
You saw it? Let me see it. He broke his face. Hey, is he gonna get banned for it? That's really bad.
That's what chat was saying. They said it was bad.
and look at these fucking idiots, man. Sneeko, say something, bro.
Right.
Say something. This is one of these guys. He's one of these red pill kids. Like, fucking, I speak the truth, man. Say something to Rampage right now. You fucking won't. And that's the problem. You know what I mean? And even backstage, we saw everyone's tiptoeing around Raja. Yeah, we know you'll fuck him up, dog. Do you see that, JJ, a lot when outsiders come in that may have a shoot background or something like that a lot of the boys start kissing ass or what?
It all depends on their level of success in that thing. I mean, for the most part, like if you have a guy that has done MMA, it comes in or whatever, and like starts like puffing out his chest, a lot of workers will be like, dude, calm the fuck down. Like, because you don't want to stroke that kind of ego. Like I was in an MLW show a few years back and fucking King Mo was there and he comes in and fucking he tried to give a dude a Saito suplex, dropped him right on his fucking head, almost knocked him out. And everyone was like, and they had to like fucking scatter to clear him out and be like, go over this way.
Now, how important is it to have like, okay, let's say you're the promoter and you're booking this shit and this breaks out on your watch. The ref's standing there. There's 20 fucking unanswered blows. Are you giving the ref heat? What about some of the boys in there? Why does nobody know how to throw a rear naked choke on fucking Raja while he's doing that shit and bully choke his ass the fuck out of there? Like, why did it take 20 unanswered shots? If that was your fed, are you firing? Are you lashing out some of the boys? Are you finding some referees or firing them and blaming them? Or are you just taking it all on you? Like, fuck, man, this got out of hand under my watch. Like, what are you doing?
I'm talking to the referee. I am talking to whoever was, depending on how the Fed is run, which this was at the time an ID program. So I would assume they had agents / producers for each match. You know, that's something, rinky-dink entities I've worked for, like, or that I've booked. Like I have people agent matches. So that way, you're compartmentalizing, but you talk to whoever is agenting and find out how they approve this, what they got to, all that stuff, because like word that I saw was, only like 3 people knew about it. Well, when you have something like that, where you're trying to do a surprise angle and only 3 people know about it, then you have to get really fucking discreet with those people involved. So if the referee was the only other person in that segment that knew the run-in was happening, that's when you have to you should turn to the referee and be like, listen, he's doing a run-in, but we need to make this quick. And if he starts going off the handle, give the Iggy for some guys to come in and pull him off. If there's an agent who did not do that, then it is on the agent, not so much as the referee. Because if the referee doesn't know that there's a run-in happening, like, of course he's going to stand there dumbfounded. And like, but like you expect that might be the case.
Right, like you expect him to jump in on a shoot fight as well. Like, as a good person, you want to think that, but at the same time, there was a bunch of boys around the ring at the time. Like, even the guy he was working, where was that guy who powdered out right before, right? Like, where was that guy to jump in and save Syko Stu? Oh, I don't want to break kayfabe, brother. Like, as a booker, are you getting mad if boys are breaking kayfabe to help save that man's life? Like,
not at all, because in a situation like that, the kayfabe goes out the fucking window right away.
Right, dude, it ain't like kayfabe. It's a fucking shoot, brother. The dude's
right, like the dude who powdered was probably his spot. Was the second Raja hits, you powder. So he probably powdered and was ducking down and didn't even look up to see until he went shit. And then everyone and in that moment you kind of freeze because you're like, what do I do? But then he probably just stayed down there because he saw other people jump in, and then he was just
And it
like, well,
happened
let
so
me just
fast.
finish the match and let's get him out. Yeah.
And it happened so fast too, JJ. It was like boom,
Right.
boom, shit just fucking hit the wall, you know. So
Right.
here's Rampage's reaction. And he's looking like, bro, he's fucked. That's attempted murder. But Sneeko just looks away because he's got to sit there knowing, like, damn, dude, you and your son just attempted fucking murder. Or like, not you, rather. Sorry, I don't mean to say you are watching your son attempt to fucking murder right there, you know? And like, he's just looking away because what is he going to face Rampage and go, hey, man, that's fucked up. Like, what are you going to say? You're scared you're going to get a beat down like that, probably. Fucking, he's hanging out with Sneeko. Like, that's a dude his son's age. I just really don't get this whole clout chasing shit. I had a lot more respect for Rampage before this. So Rampage, speaking of which, and we have more footage. We have before and after. We'll get into AJ Mana, I assure you. But we have Rampage's, like, you know, him apologizing on behalf of his son, or saying like, hey, just giving a statement, and Rikishi hasn't given a statement. What do you think of Rikishi, who owns the Fed, not making a statement yet, as somebody who have you owned a Fed, or have you just like booked it? Okay, so like as someone who's owned a Fed, fucking booked a Fed, everything, right? What would you have made a statement by now yourself personally?
There should have been a statement that fucking night.
Yeah.
Like, from either Rikishi or at bare minimum Gangrel.
Right. And Gangrel recently, he won the same night, I think. He won the CCW Heavyweight Championship, not to fucking... I mean, there's a moment of glory, but I didn't know Gangrel. Like, Rikishi seems to be taking the brunt of the heat. I didn't even know Gangrel was affiliated. So thank you for bringing that to the show. But so you think Gangrel and Rikishi both should have made a statement like that fucking night, or at least one of them is what you're saying?
At least one of them. If Gangrel was working, then he probably didn't even know about it till afterwards. He was probably in the locker room, didn't check his phone, nothing like that. So okay, so yeah, I didn't know Gangrel had a booking that night. So yeah, so Rikishi, like, if, like I'm saying, like, it's his Fed, he should have been there. If he wasn't there for some reason, he should have been like informed immediately by whoever he had running the show in his absence, and he should have come out right away. But I mean, it's been a couple of days now and he hasn't said shit. And considering Rikishi has gotten into the clout chasing mode himself, where he tries to put on this fake act of how mad he is about his sons not getting booked well to try to get clicks, for him to not have come out and said anything yet is ridiculous.
So KnokX Pro Entertainment and Academy did make this statement. Now, does this suffice? There's a statement made on behalf of the entire company. Perhaps Rikishi didn't make a statement because he's like, hey, man, this is my fucking statement. It came from the company. What do you think about that? Is that an excuse, or should, like, if there was no social media, it would just be KnokX Pro saying it? But is it because it's the fact there is social media? We expect Rikishi to hop on his podcast and go off like the way he did about Jey Uso losing the title or whatever.
It doesn't. It's you cover all bases. So okay, so the company made a statement. That's great, but Rikishi is the figurehead. He could have very well popped on fucking Twitter or something, and TikTok, whatever, done a 30-second clip and said like, I'm really sorry for what happened. We're looking into it, and we apologize to you. We apologize to Syko Stu. We apologize to the fans. Something, because I will tell you, for years, for like the Fed that I started out in, that was run by my mentor, and the Fed that I ran, anytime anything of ill repute happened, the first thing the people who wanted to see us fail did was blame the ownership and go, where's the ownership, and blah blah blah. And that was 20 years ago, 15 years ago, 10 years ago. Like, so it's, if you're the figurehead, and especially because of the fact that your company now has a wider scope because of the ID program, you need to be out there front and center immediately.
Yeah. So KnokX Pro Entertainment says, first and foremost, our thoughts and prayers are with our brother, Mr. Stuart Smith, Syko Stu, as he remains a priority, and we are monitoring his well-being. What was supposed to be a planned and agreed upon wrestling spot turned into a selfish, irresponsible act of violence against Mr. Smith. The egregious act is reprehensible and never should have occurred. In the 17 years of operation of KnokX Pro Wrestling Academy, there's never been anything as heinous take place such as this, and we apologize to our patrons and fans. And there were fucking kids in the crowd, dude.
Right.
There's kids in the crowd. You know how fucking scarring that would be?
Yeah.
To see something like that as a child. So Rampage, man, we have a statement from him. So he says, and I fucking went off on this guy. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if my reply's down here, but I was fucking disgusted. I'm not even gonna lie. It's rare that I get worked up about shit that I can't control, and this is something. It made me fucking sick to my stomach, and I've said it. I've seen heinous shit. I've seen fucking people. I've seen Rusamar Paul Harris hold fucking leg locks too long. I've seen people do illegal. Now imagine this: illegal back of the head stomps and pride. I've seen Shinya Inoki fucking snap a dude's arm after the ref already said it's done. The guy's tapping. He snaps his arm, gets up and flip him off. And those guys had fucking beef, man. And I got to be real. None of that disgusted me the way that this fucking disgusted me and made me want to see somebody go to prison for this shit. I'm not joking. It just seemed like a violent fucking, I just don't know what it was about seeing that really just made me sick. I've seen wheel kick knockouts and fucking you know what I mean? I've seen like wrestlers shoot, man. Like when wrestlers getting shoots, it's funny to me. I watch Grapple Vision fucking when wrestling gets real. I love that shit. You know what I mean? Antonio Inoki beat the fuck out of Great Antonio, but they're in a situation where there's an understanding. We're going to go work. Oh, we're not working? Okay. It's a fucking shoot. Now, it's not that Psycho Sid wasn't working with Raja either. It's that Raja wasn't working with fucking him, and then he lashed out. What is that about? That's crazy. And, you know, it's to me, I just was disgusted by this. But anyways, Rampage says, I want to clear up the misinformation about my son Raja. I've been confirmed that the wrestler, Stuart Smith, is awake and stable. Okay. And like, what the fuck? Okay.
You shouldn't be in a hospital then.
Yeah, you shouldn't be fucking like, come on, bro. Raja was unexpectedly hit in the side of the head by him moments before Smith's match. Okay. Raja was told that he could get his payback in the ring. I thought it was a part of the show. It was what? It was bad. We saw you live reacting to it. You didn't think it was. Did Sneeko think it was part of the show? You son of a bitch. And a work that went wrong. Raja is an MMA fighter, not a pro wrestler, and had no business involved in an event like this. Then why didn't you tell him?
Right.
Or like, why didn't you? Clearly, he confides in you. He hit you up and told you all this shit. Why you not telling him how pro wrestling works? Right. I don't understand. He shouldn't. It's not. He shouldn't have been involved in an event like that because he's an MMA fighter. Because we've seen copious amounts. We have seen myriad MMA fighters involved in pro wrestling, Rampage, over the years, including fucking you, buddy. And they all seem to get it, right? This is the only guy who seems to not get it. Right. Seems like it's an egotism problem, which we're going to jump into. And it seems like, Rampage, you might be some of the problem too, although it's not that you should be arrested for any of this, but we have videos from the past. We have videos of you fucking talking about how your son is redacted. We fucking have a bunch of shit, man, to get into throughout this. But anyways, he says, I don't condone my son's actions at all. He suffered a concussion from sparring only days ago. Okay. And had no business doing anything remotely close to physical contact. So why did he go do it?
Right.
As a father, I'm deeply concerned with his health and the well-being of Mr. Smith. Who, your son's health? That being said, I'm very upset that any of this happened, but my main concern now is that Mr. Smith will make a speedy recovery. I apologize on his behalf and to Kick for the situation. Kick banned Raja off of Kick or whatever. So that was Rampage's response. Basically, the promoter, they're saying, told Raja he could get a receipt, but I don't know if that's true. If that's true, it's 100% on the promoter, etc., is what some people are saying. MrBeast offered to cover Syko Stu's hospital bills.
Okay, all right, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not. Hey, I gotta bring it. It's part of the story.
Sorry,
here,
I
right?
stop the moment I hear the words Mr. Beast.
Yeah, dude. But he's like, damn, this is crazy. I'll fucking pay his bills or whatever. It's like, okay. And so, footage shows Syko Stu apologized. We talked about that. And we talked about, oh, he's stable now. Well, we do have an update, and we're all over the place. We're time cop. We're going ahead. We're going today. We're going yesterday. We're figuring this thing out together, folks. But Andrew Smith, Stuart Smith's brother, said, thank you for everyone for your prayers, concerns, and kind words for my brother Stu. This was today. Please continue to keep him in your prayers. He's currently stable but in critical care. At this time, we're focused on his recovery and appreciate all the support. Also, we currently do not have a GoFundMe set up. Any links posted are not affiliated with us. So this guy says here, Tony the wrestling nerd says, man, with all what that's going on about Rampage Jackson's son Raja Jackson almost killing wrestler Syko Stu, here's a clip of the other wrestlers pinning him even after Stu is knocked out cold. Look at this, man. What do you make of this? Now, do you think this guy with the yellow hair and this ref are like, oh, we just need to finish the match to...
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, like they're not in the wrong here. Some people are clowning on these guys and are like, oh, they're just going into business for themselves. What do you make of this with experience in the biz?
This is definitely, like I said, there's a lot of moving pieces, and if they weren't let in on it, like, I mean, what do you call it? Like, if all they knew was Jackson's going to do a run in, he's going to knock him out, after the knockout, do the pin, and that's all they know. They're just like, let's just finish this match and get him out of here, because they're already like frazzled, and they're just like, let's just just do this real quick and let's move on. We just need to save face here, because otherwise, otherwise people are like, well, what happened? It's a hard way to transition to whatever is supposed to happen next on the show. Does it look like shit? Yes, but it's the necessary evil of just getting this segment to end as quickly as possible.
Right. And is it kind of fucked up? Yeah, but it's also, that's what you do. Like, you're kind of just trained to do that in pro wrestling. Like, okay, if it's like a weird knockout scenario, just get the cover, get out of there, get him to the medics, whatever the fuck. Even when Stone Cold broke his neck, he's like, wait, and then he does a shitty roll up. He goes, roll up, right? He can't even move, has to roll Owen Hart up. It's just so weird.
Yeah, show I was working years ago. Main event was a local guy, Brian Fury. He used to be the trainer at the New England Pro Wrestling Academy. He was working Chris Masters, and slip up in it, and Brian snapped his ankle, and we went shit. And Brian just told him, he's like, just go to the finish, and went to the finish, and we carried Brian out. But Leo Masters was kind of frazzled after that for a minute, but we're just like, it's done, it's over, we got to the finish, it's all that matters.
Yeah, so I don't really put any heat on those guys, although it's kind of fucked up. But what do you expect them to do? Just like scare the crowd more by being confused and shit? I don't know about all that. So Raja Jackson claims that he was allowed to hit Syko Stu for real. Here's what he was saying before the show, like when he's sitting in the crowd waiting for a spot.
And just leave. Somebody will pull me off of him will leave. I'm telling you, I'm going to hit him as many times as I can. Watch.
So he said, I'm going to hit him as many times as I can before someone pulls me off him, and then we'll just leave. Watch. So that's why he kept going, too, which is so crazy. And it's like, would you have gone till he was dead? Like, you're, like, obviously fucking KO him. Like, this guy's so fucking dumb. Okay, let's say you did lose your cool and KO him 3 punches in, and then you fucking flex to the crowd, and then you're still an asshole and should go to jail for assault or whatever the fuck for assault, whatever happens. But like, how does he not even know? It just went so far. It went barbaric. So he even said premeditated, I'm going to hit him as many times as I can. And then he continues along and says, they didn't tell me the fake hitter.
No, they didn't tell me the fake hitter. They said I could hit him for real.
I can hit him for real.
Yeah, they allowed me to hit him for real.
No.
If he hits me back for real, I don't give a fuck. I want him to. And just leave.
So he's out there looking for a fight. And then also, this is his misunderstanding of the work or the receipt rather situation, right? And that's where JJ Mana sort of comes in. What's his name? AJ Mana?
AJ Mana?
Sorry,
AJ
you're
Mana,
JJ. My
yes.
bad, brother. I'm not trying to conflate the two.
It's okay.
We got a lot of fucking J's being thrown around here, right?
Yeah.
So AJ Mana, right, is fucking sort of like people are like, hey man, he's the one who told him to get your receipt, and then this kid totally misinterpreted that. Let's say if that was the catalyst of him thinking, no, I can fuck him up for real, you know what I mean? So AJ Mana has the cowboy hat guy told Rampage Jackson's son to do that spot last night, and so Filthy Tom Lawler posts like, wrestlers, watch out for yourself. No one is watching out for you. And here's AJ Mana, who's in all the pictures with Syko Stu. He's there. He's at this fucking KnokX Pro Fed. He's like holding it down. He's in all the pictures. And then he's here, though, like hyping up Raja. Now, let's take a listen to what he says here. And some people are like, man, this is a guy going into business for himself, like trying to get himself over with Rampage's kid, etc., etc.
You run out on his shit, you fucking give him his receipt. Remember what a receipt is? Give him that fucking receipt, bro. Tag his shit.
So he's like, you remember what a receipt is? Mm-hmm. So this guy explained to him before, hey, a receipt is where you give someone a live round back for disrespecting you. You know what a receipt is, right? Okay, you remember that. Now fucking, like, listen to this guy sort of coaching him through this royal fuck up, you know? Hopefully this video loads. It was loaded just fine a moment ago.
Right.
Here, we'll come back to it. But we'll listen to this again.
You fucking give him his receipt. Remember what a receipt is? Give him that fucking receipt, bro. Tag his shit. If you got a fucking problem with it, I'll fucking run out there.
And if he's got a problem with it, I'll run out there and get your back, or what? Like, what the fuck is this guy doing, man? Trying to get himself over with fucking Rampage's kid? This is so cringy. And he's also friends with Rampage.
Tag his shit, bro.
Tag his shit, bro.
You run out on his.
I mean, what do you make of that, bro?
Okay, so I'm going to need a soapbox in a moment, but going into this, judging by what we just saw there, I feel like AJ Mana was the agent put in charge of this segment. If not the guy who's overseeing the show with if Rikishi's not there. And if that's the case, you shouldn't be agenting, you shouldn't be overseeing shit, because you have a mentality that no longer belongs in this business. Here's where I get on my soapbox. So on the matter of receipts, the place I trained at, there were 3 trainers. And all the trainers came from, different, they all came from different backgrounds. One trainer was trained by Johnny Rods, one was trained by Stu Hart, and one was trained by Killer Kowalski.
Yeah.
So, and 20 years ago, we talked about receipts. The whole thing with receipts is things have changed in this business, because it's not the Wild West out there anymore. No pun intended with the stupid cowboy gimmick.
Yeah.
And usually nowadays there is more of a level of communication and protection, where if you accidentally stiff a guy in a match, or in practice or whatever, there is communication right away. If it's in practice, you stop and be like, shit, dude, sorry. If it's happening during a match and you accidentally throw a potato and you just kind of you snug in and you go, shit, sorry about that, dude. Like, unless you're a total fucking asshole. And if you are a total asshole and you're stiffing people on purpose, what happens is the other person needs to talk to the booker afterwards and be like, listen, I got stiffed the fuck out there. I don't want to work with this guy anymore. And word gets around about guys that work too stiff. So there isn't really a need for the fabled receipt in 2025. So just on the matter of the need for receipts, there really is no need for them. But on top of that, we saw what happened beforehand. There was no heavy physical damage. It was an empty beer can. There is no call for a receipt in that aspect. None whatsoever. If you had gotten slapped, maybe, but you are taking someone that is green as fucking Kentucky bluegrass and telling them that they have carte blanche to throw a receipt. No, they fucking don't. And the fact is, it's like, oh, Nick, you know what a receipt was. It's like, you are so on par to be like, oh, yeah, I didn't teach him shit about what's a work and a shoot, but I told him what a receipt is. I hope you're fucking proud of yourself, dude, because you just got any booker and any promoter worth their salt should never fucking consider booking your ass anywhere ever again. And if Rikishi still lets you in the fucking door at his school again, fuck you, dude. Pack your shit.
Damn, man. Cut a fucking promo. Yeah, I mean, it's a strange situation, but him egging him on and then apparently he's like friends with Rampage. I think Rampage followed him. He turned his comments off and shit because obviously he knew people were coming for him. So we know that he feels guilty. Otherwise, he wouldn't have done that. Yeah?
I am very glad that Tom Lawler spoke up about that because Tom came from MMA. So Tom is one of the most aforementioned people to be like, this isn't how this goes.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love filthy Tom Lawler. And it's super unfortunate that this guy tried to get himself like overly involved, and he's like, yeah, if they have a problem, I'll come out there, like implying what, you're gonna go shoot too. It just seemed like
so he can get in on the virality.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, even with the guy jumping in and we were like, shout this guy out, who's like, yeah, oos, like, we're always working. It just seemed like everyone was trying to get involved in the kick shit and get some virality. Exactly. Like, everybody's trying to get over with this Raja Jackson guy. And it's unfortunate. But this guy definitely, like, just the way he's talking, like, you remember receipts, right? Tag him and make sure, like, I'll jump in if he's got a problem with it and shit. And also, though, the part that I'm confused about is it almost seems like they had planned, like, you're going to go in there and there's going to be a pull apart of sorts, is almost what it seems like. No, am I wrong about that? Seems like everybody's kind of alluding to, like, he's going to go in there and throw a live round, but people will break it up before it gets too crazy. But I don't think they understand, like, this dude was knocked out for real, and this guy just went crazy off script. Where the boys told, hey, jump in a minute, like, give them 30 seconds. Like, what's going on? It just seems so... like, at what point did it not be good? Like, at what point did it go out of whack where, or are you not picking that up that there was supposed to be a pull apart? Am I just tripping about that?
I don't think there was supposed to be a pull apart. I think the planned spot was supposed to be Raja slides in, puts him down, however, slams him down, gives him like one shot to the head, one working punch, maybe two, to make it look like he knocked him out. Stand up, flex, flip the bird, powder, let the other guy come in, get the cover and pin. That was probably the entirety of the planned spot that was supposed to happen. But when you have someone that is green as fuck, and you have a guy who is obviously more concerned about fucking getting viral with this dude, and you don't clue anyone else in on what's going on, this is the perfect storm of fuckery that occurs.
Damn. Well, yeah, we have more from AJ Mana. I think we have more backstage footage, but furthermore, we have, AJ Mana disables comments after footage surfaces of him telling Raja Jackson to attack Syko Stu. And do you think that's a fair assessment? Like, he was told to attack him by this guy.
Yeah, you're told to jump him, but I guarantee nobody said, no, don't throw a fake punch. You're in a wrestling ring. The moment you throw, the moment you get in between those ropes, everything is a work. Yeah. It doesn't matter what it is, how little, how big. Everything is a work the moment you are in that ring.
So here's Raja, what he had to say, I guess, like confessing.
Tell you guys this. They told me to hit him and just leave. Somebody will pull me off of him and leave. I'm telling you. I'm going to hit him as many times as I can. Watch.
So he's like, they told me I'm going to hit him and someone's going to pull me off and then I'm going to leave. I don't know, man. And he's like, I'm going to keep hitting him as much as I can. But then it gets Confucius, or it's confusing rather, because it's like, I don't even know if Confucius is the right fucking word to use.
That's the philosopher.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. I'm fucking, I'm a few beers deep here. So we're just making up words now. But yeah, but listen, man, all I'm saying is that you would think someone would be there to jump in quicker than that if that was the plan, right? Like, you would think someone, or did they get scared because he's throwing live rounds? That's what I don't get. He got so many in before anyone.
No, no one knew what was going on. No one knew.
That's what I think, man. I don't know if he's like, oh, they'll pull him off. me or whatever? Like, is he just adding that part? Because no one said that yet. We know that there's going to be a run-in. We know that, hey, man, get a receipt on him. We've heard all this, but other than Raja saying, hey, man, they said they're going to pull someone off, I'm just going to go until they pull me off or whatever the fuck. I don't know, man. It's just ridiculous. But some people are jumping on, there's hashtag arrest Raja Jackson. Some people are tagging WWE and Rikishi. Now, WWE cannot be to blame for this. Like, I'll just throw that out there. But I tweeted this out. Like, I would separate from WWE ID. Like, I would separate that Fed from the ID program if I was WWE, at least for a little while, at least let them rehab a little bit and prove that type of shit would never happen again. And they did do that. So that's good. And because they don't want any of this on them, and that's just ludicrous. But WWE, and you'll agree with this, I'm sure, like, they don't control what goes on at all these fucking indies. But they are IDing. They're watching if any prospects emerge or if any gimmicks get over or anything like that they can get their hands on, or anybody they think they can develop. And then a place where some of their talent can go to get some reps in, etc. Or when they do, like Pete Dunne showed up in whatever the fuck to fight Mandrews or whatever. So this is a WWE ID Fed, but they can't be to blame for any of this. But I think they made the right decision by sort of distancing.
Absolutely. I mean, as it was, because the ID program is still in its infancy,
right.
Depending on where it's going to go. And I'm just gonna be flat out and say it. Like, I think the ID program is a good program. I'm not knocking it by any means, but you can definitely tell that the beginning foundation of it is based in nepotism. It's literally all of the schools that are part of the ID program are either connected with someone who's under contract or someone who's related to someone under contract. The only exception being the one that's up here in New England. However, that place is run by someone who trained at Kowalski's with Triple H when he was there. And that is why and that's why that, which I had a few slight issues with that because that school hasn't been open that long. I'm not knocking the trainer at all. I think Mike Hollow's a great guy. It just seemed really odd to me that he got in the ground floor on this, whereas the Monster Factory, which has produced so many WWE talents, past and present, wasn't considered. And KnokX, it's Gangrel and Rikishi, and Gangrel's an amazing trainer. I can see, I know a lot of people that can attest to that, but I feel like this became an ID program simply because it's Rikishi's and we want to keep producing Samoans.
Right.
And so just the matter of that, whoever, like I said, because if Rikishi wasn't there, because that's the big question mark. If Rikishi wasn't there, then who was in charge, and who does Rikishi trust to keep in charge? And that ultimately falls on him. And it's, if you have poor judgment about something like this, like, we can't be associated with you. We're a publicly traded company and we're trying to build things for a safer future. And this is the furthest thing from safe.
And so Gangrel and Rikishi like own this shit together or what?
Yeah.
Okay. So we see here KnokX Pro, Rikishi's promotion, where the Raja incident happened, has been removed from the official list of WWE ID partnered schools, as we just talked about before. So just some proof there with the on the website. And we have MMA Guru, who, shout him out. I fucking love his content on MMA. I think he's like the best analyst and fucking content creator when it comes to MMA out there. He says, in hindsight, the signs were there from the start with Raja Jackson. This video of Rampage discussing the time Raja tried to blindside sucker punch KO him when they were having a fight in the house. I wonder what the argument was about. Maybe Rampage hit him with a prop can. So he shots, man. An MMA guru, like he would probably, if you asked him, I think he's from Australia or the UK, he'd be like, "Oh, pro wrestling's gay" or something, you know, that would be his response probably. But like he's just because this is ridiculous. This whole situation, like it's greater than just pro wrestling itself, you know, it's sort of transcending into the mainstream with tons of even MrBeast. We covered it before. You burst out laughing. He's like, I'll pay the hospital bills. But listen to just like how Raja and Quentin Rampage Jackson like interact with each other. And this is on Brendan Schaub's fucking, and he's a lol cow as well. So funny enough, this happens on his show.
We already got in a fight once.
Oh, really?
A couple 2 years ago.
Yeah.
He sucker punched me.
Well, I saw the slap.
How'd that go?
Was that?
And what'd you do? Did you slam him on his head?
Oh, yeah, that motherfucker went to the hospital that day.
Yeah.
I don't play that shit.
We fighting 3-on-1 though. Two big bitches came out the room too. Like, leave our man alone. You're like, oh god damn.
No, you know what? I felt bad about kicking his ass that day, and to this day, he's the only person I ever guillotined.
Oh my god!
I ain't getting.
Why? Who would even like? Is this not weird? I don't know.
It is.
Yeah,
I never get guillotined on nobody. I didn't.
I guillotined my son, who's 0-1 in MMA and not trained, and this happened before he was even 0-1. And before my whole life, I never guillotine anyone, but I guillotine my son. Why the fuck would you even say that?
To keep punching him, so I guillotined him, and he wouldn't tap out. And
you put him to sleep?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because when he sucker punched me, he almost rocked me, and it was right by I got like this 100-year-old.
Why is your son sucker punching you?
Right.
And then why are you guillotining him and then publicly being like, yeah, I fucking choked him to sleep? Like, what is this shit, man?
Old door that turned to like a table.
Yeah, it's
like 200 pounds. If I would have hit I would have died.
Oh, but hold on, what was the fight over?
He's not gonna want me to tell what that fight was over.
It was embarrassing for him.
Yeah. I don't even.
Something stupid.
I ain't want him to talk about it.
Why?
Because
it happened.
I know.
We already got.
What the fuck? He's like antagonizing his son there, kind of. God damn it. There's like this weird overshare culture, which is what this kick shit is, man. Like it's just invading Rampage's life. And like, what the fuck was that? Am I wrong in my assessment of that being fucking really cringe? What we just watched?
Extremely cringe.
Right. Here we go. Here's another video of Raja, and we have more clips of Quentin and Raja.
I'm gonna really have to show him, like, you can't just hit a fucking can on my goddamn face. I'm really going to hit him. I'm telling you.
Even though
it wasn't in your face. It
and
was
he
on the top of your head.
apologized. And he apologized, like, and you shook his hand twice, and he was like, "Bro, come on, I'm just fucking around. Like, it's a show, you know."
I'm dead serious. This shit's not gonna be scripted. I'm telling you. I know all wrestling is script.
He's saying I'm gonna go off the script. Like he's saying, admitting that part too.
I know all wrestling is.
That's why I don't know if he's honest when he says, "I don't trust this guy, man." I don't know if he's honest when he said someone was supposed to pull him off him.
Right.
Gonna be scripted. I'm telling you. I know all wrestling is script. I'm talking about what I'm gonna do to the guy. I'm gonna really have.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That just seems like multiple confessions of like, man, I'm going to fuck this guy up. And, of course, we talked about California KnokX Pros remove their ID affiliation from their social media branding as well. Would appear that WWE severed ties. Here's what Rampage, again, like in the car after he saw the footage with Sneeko, talking about, like, this is what he had to say about the situation not long after it happened, again, seemingly making excuses for his kid for some bullshit, which we'll get the audio working here, I promise. Here we go.
Yeah.
He hit him over the head with like a can or beer can or a bottle or something. And my son didn't know.
Or a bottle or something. Like, come on, man. Why did that get started as a rumor?
They didn't know it was coming. Didn't know. They didn't tell my son. And he hit my son over the head. I guess he thought my son was a pro wrestler or something. And Roger didn't react, but Roger didn't fight though. He didn't do anything because I told Roger not to get punched, but still nigga hit my son over the head. And then he asked my son, "You ain't gonna sell it?" When you in pro wrestling, when you sell, it's like, cause that shit fake. MMA, we do real shit. And he said, "You ain't gonna sell it." So
yeah, but that's not an excuse. It's, hey man, we do real shit. So I fucking head kick Tom Cruise because he fights 10 guys in Mission Impossible. You know what I mean? It's like, what are you talking about?
You don't sell it, make the other pro wrestler look bad, like he weak or something. My son, he don't know nothing about that shit.
I know, but here's the thing: Raj made him look weak by no selling the beer can shit, and then he fucking made him look weak by hospitalizing him near death. So I don't know. Again, he's saying he doesn't know nothing about that shit, but it's like, why was he there then? Like, who booked this? What the fuck is going on, man?
So this motherfucker that hit my son is stupid. So in order for me not to go to fucking jail.
In order for me not to go to jail. Oh, what is he about to say? Oh, I'll beat up all the fucking wrestlers. Is that what he's about to say?
I'll beat up the invalid.
I gotta talk to his coach.
Is that I gotta talk to his coach and shit. So it's his coach's fault that he's an emotionally redacted fucking moron. And you talk about choking him out on podcasts and shit. What the fuck, bro?
To his coach.
It's no accountability that he learned from you. I feel like when I'm
you are his father. You are the disciplinarian.
Exactly. Remember when Triple H played a guy called the disciplinarian on the Drew Carey show for like an episode? Dude, deep cut.
Yeah, Roger wasn't aware. Roger didn't know what was fucking.
And like, in order to stop me from going to jail, like implying what? You were going to beat the fuck out of everybody there? Like, okay, so that's where he learned it from. That's not helping his case. You know? Here's Raja, what he had to say. He was on the phone with Rampage here. And they're both kick streaming the whole time. Like, how fucking doomed? Like, send the asteroids. What a fucking doomed society. Right? They're just both streaming the whole time, talking to people. It's fucking cringy, man.
Motherfuckers playing with me, bro.
They're playing with me, bro.
Real shit.
They're not, bro. It was pro wrestling. Well, they were playing with you, but that was the point, right?
Right.
One of them a bitch and fucking bit me. I'm tired of everybody fucking playing with me and shit.
One of them bit me. So this kid has like a problem. He said, I'm tired with everybody playing with me and shit. So he has like a problem of like respect. Like he feels like people disrespect him in his life, you know?
Emotional damage.
Or am I just like psychoanalyzing that?
Oh no, you're absolutely right.
You know, like he thought he was being made to look like a bitch. Everyone was like, no, dude, you're being made like they're trying to give like the crowd a pop and it's for the people. It's not, you know, whatever. He doesn't get that. And he's like, one of them bit me. Well, you were fucking killing a guy, dude. Like, I'm sure because apparently backstage they were like whooping on him and shit. Some of the people. I don't know if that's true or not. That's just what we've heard.
I would have.
Yeah,
I would have yanked him through the back and smartened the fuck out of him. Be like, you want to know what a receipt is? Now you're gonna learn today.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude, bro. Yeah, that wasn't the receipt, bro. The receipt, you're like, it either came or it's coming, or you're fucking lucky it didn't happen. You know?
I think I'm always playing and shit. Call me bitch and shit. Not no fucking bitch, bro.
Calling me bitch? Who? The fucking dumbass 13-year-olds in your chat? Who's calling you a bitch, dude? Your dad? Oh, choked him out in front. Well, for real, like who, bro? I almost like in this aspect, I feel bad for the dude when it comes to like what we're now seeing with the. I don't know, but like I obviously don't for whatever repercussions come for the actions he did. He's 25 years old. I mean, you shouldn't be if you can't control yourself like that over disrespect. Here's the thing, too: being a man isn't. Fucking, oh man, I'll kill everyone who fucking talks shit to me.
Right.
That's the unmanliest, girliest, most emotional shit ever, bro. Being a man is being able to show restraint. You know, like truthfully, man, anybody will tell you that. And yeah, it's just unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate.
At the end of the day, I'm gonna stand up for my fucking self because I'm tired of everybody fucking playing with me, bro. Real shit.
I don't get what standing up for himself was. I don't understand.
Come on, man. We're leaving, man. We're walking away, bro. Let's finish it. Let's go.
So who's this guy with the blue and white face paint? Like, come on, homie. You want that viral moment? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's gonna fight him?
I don't fucking clue.
Like, what's this guy like trying to get over? Like, what's going on here, man? And if you guys are just, if you guys are listening on like Spotify or Apple or wherever the iHeart, I don't know, whatever the fuck we're on. If you guys are listening somewhere in the world, there's some guy with like blue and white face paint, and he's like I don't know, he's not like skinny or scrawny. I mean, yeah, he's a pretty scrawny, actually. I take that back. He's a scrawny dude dressed like a baseball player, like literally wearing baseball pants and socks and shoes and gloves, but he's shirtless and his face is painted like a baseball fan. And he's like, yeah, what's up, homie? You want to get that fucking viral moment you wanted? And he's like rubbing his knuckles like he's gonna shoot fight fucking Raja. So now what is this guy doing? Like, is he...
I feel like that's a dumb motherfucker that wasn't in there because he was probably outside having a cigarette. And now he thinks like there's another part going on. He's like, ooh, now I can get my moment. Like, because he hasn't paid attention to shit.
Like, I'm gonna be a hero if I go viral for standing up for Syko Stu right now type shit. And not trying to bury this guy if he's standing up for his friend, but like, this ain't the way, dude.
Get away, bro. Let's not take it serious. Let's go. Come on, Roger. Let's go. Let's go, Roger. Let's go. Roger, let's go. Roger, I'm telling you, let's go. You listen to me. Listen to me, Roger. You need to listen to me right now, Roger. Let's go.
I don't give a fuck. You guys trying to jump me and shit?
Let's go.
You ain't gonna do shit to me, bro.
Let's go,
you can't do shit to me. You can't fuck with me, bro.
Let's go.
You can't fuck with me. Motherfuckers playing.
Yeah, I don't know, man. He
Okay,
just
then
seems
actually,
so
yeah,
angry.
that might have been a worker who was like literally trying to stick up for Stu, but it's like, dude, this is not the time. This dude has a short fucking fuse and a thin fucking skin, and there is no need to have more violence going on.
Right. Like, what? Okay, so what? You guys are gonna beat him to death now, you know? And he's saying like, you guys are gonna jump me and shit. And that might be why dude was talking shit there. And I'm not saying don't defend your friends and shit. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is,
right,
don't egg this situation on further. It got so ugly already.
Don't try to make yourself the next, whatever. Like, don't go into business for yourself, even if you're just fighting for your friend's honor. Like, it's a matter of this needs to stop and this needs to end. Do not exacerbate the situation.
Right, man. And so here's Rampage Jackson talking about previously saving bail money for his son Raja weeks before the incident. Him literally saying, I know, this is terrible. This is just like and they documented it all on Kick for fucking clout from little kids. This is what drives me insane about it.
And his oldest son whole life, I knew them two wasn't going to college. And my two Japanese kids, I knew that it was going to college. So I saved up college tuition for the two Japanese kids and bail money for Roger and his brother. So don't fuck with him. If you go to jail, I'm just going to bail him out.
Motherfucker, if you are saving bail money, maybe take that and hire a fucking therapist.
Jesus, right, man? Like, god damn, do some family fucking counseling with your son and repair some of this shit. Right. That and some of this fucking clear trauma. And he's like, my Japanese kids, I knew were gonna go to fucking college. So
how
I saved
stereotypical is that? I know the Asians are gonna get a degree.
Yeah, dude. But my black kids, they're going to jail. Crazy, bro. Holy shit, man. And so just a few days ago, Rampage Jackson said his son Raja got mad at a fan tapping him on his back to get his attention. It's clear these two are both unstable. We've had other people that I know tell stories like, hey, man, my friend went to get an autograph from Rampage and he fucking clowned him and was like rude to him and was like, get the fuck out of here. What are you doing? Da, 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 da. And that he's just an asshole. Now, I fucking have been I never heard shit like that about Rampage. Not that I like know anyone who knows him or anything. He seemed like such a cool, funny guy all these years. And then it just turns out he's like a really big asshole. This kick streaming stuff has revealed, when you see him in small doses, you're like, oh, what a funny sort of damaged, but like guy who made it out of the fucking, out of a really tough life and was able to provide a better one for his kids and shit. And then now you're getting a firsthand look there. He's just recording himself every day for 13-year-olds. And now we're just seeing his real colors. It's really disappointing.
I can't pay with this thing.
No. He's about to go fuck up Big Boom AJ. He's at a Costco.
No, I don't, Don.
I just want to say what's up.
Bro, do you tap people on the back like that?
Sorry,
bro, that's rude as fuck. Bro. Nobody like that. Turn around. Come here. Turn around. How you like that?
I'm so sorry.
Think about it. How you like that?
No, I just grew up watching your fights.
So you come tap people on the back like that?
Yeah, Rampage, he's fucking nervous. And I get you're trying to do a bit for your kick thing. But now you're teaching a bunch of fucking kids. And again, you don't have to be responsible for other people and who watches your shit. Their parents should be, but like you're teaching a bunch of fucking impressionable people to act this way over this whole streaming culture shit is just fucking dumb, man.
Yeah.
I'm getting tired of it. I really fucking am.
Nah, dude.
Are you serious? Are you serious though, bro?
I'm so sorry.
I just want it's a so come on, come closer. That's a social experiment. Did you like that?
No, not really.
So why you do it to me?
I just wanted to grab your attention. That's all.
You can say my name, bro. I got ears, bro.
All right, sorry.
Don't ever tap a grown man on his back like that, bro.
No worries.
What's your
How
name?
many times does this kid have to
How old are you?
apologize?
I'm 21. I just turned 21.
Man, goddamn, you old enough to get your ass kicked.
Yeah, sorry. I just grew up watching your fights.
You look at my son. Look at my son looking at you.
Yeah, sorry. All right, thank you guys.
All right. I can't pay with this.
Am I the only one cringing out here, JJ? It's just real cringe. We've seen a lot of cringe.
He needs to go over to the food court and get $1 hot dog and a Coke and a smile and shut the fuck up. Like, seriously, like there was no need to fucking intimidate that kid like that.
Jesus. Here's more, him getting banned on Kick. He realizes he's banned on Kick here live.
Hello?
He's on the phone with Rampage. Did he just say, I told you to double leg that mother, or what did he say? Who told you, or I told you to double leg that motherfucker and start whopping him?
I think he said, I told you.
Listen.
I told you to double leg that motherfucker and start welding him. I just saw the video.
Shit pissed me off though, Andre.
Oh, Andre. Sorry, is that not Rampage? I apologize. I didn't.
Oh, okay.
It's just the voice I heard. I whoever Andre is. Sorry, Quentin.
Okay, so maybe it is.
Not that he's listening, but I'm just saying
Right.
I don't know who this Andre fellow is. Sorry.
But now they can't wake the nigga up. He's
They can't wake the N word up. He said
fucking in the ring, fucking flatline, bro.
he's in the ring, flatlined.
My bad.
Didn't have to do all
My bad.
My bad. Jesus fuck.
that. Y'all had heat. You didn't have to fucking take advantage.
I'll call you back later.
So Andre's with the promotion, I suppose. I'm not sure, or maybe like one of his streamer buddies he left behind.
Possibly. Bro, pay for CapCut Pro. You're gonna post shit, or at least use Open Shot. That shit's still free.
So WWE just unfollowed KnokX Pro, Rikishi, and head trainer the Black Pearl, and shut up Chris
Black Pearl's
Connor
the
from
other
last
trailer.
part.
That's right. Yep.
And have to figure this is WWE quietly letting them go and trying to distance themselves from the disaster. So they unfollowed Rikishi as well.
Oh God.
That is crazy, dude. We're gonna hear a meltdown. MrBeast said, "Dang, man, this hurts to see, especially because I read he was a veteran that used wrestling as an outlet to get over PTSD. Genuinely, if anyone connected to him knows of a way I can help, please reach out. If his kid is a fan or I can help with hospital bills, I don't know, but I'll help."
Damn.
So hopefully, yeah, if MrBeast takes care of all of that, that would be fantastic. So again, Royce Isaacs voiced a bunch of wrestlers jumped in. Shout out Royce. I mean, I don't need to read. He jumped in a bunch, but he was just like, listen, some things are bigger than wrestling. If he thought counting the pinfall took precedence over the actual situation at hand, then in-ring behind the curtain isn't for you. Wrestling is for everyone, but most people's roles should be buying a ticket and standing in the crowd. And he had a bunch of takes, and a bunch of wrestlers did, so I can't bookmark them all, but a bunch of people are just reacting to this. And basically, like Brett Lauderdale said, gross ass, pathetic loser behavior, talking about AJ Mana. He said, I'd say the Cowboy deserves a receipt of his own, but it's not even worth it. Get him out of here and let karma handle the rest. So that's Lauderdale, right? Like, he's a prominent booker. We went over the AJ Mana footage. And also the owner, aka Rikishi, told him to get in the ring. So some people are putting it on Rikishi. Tom Lawler, though, stands up again and says, while Rikishi may own KnokX Pro, I've seen zero evidence that Rikishi had anything to do with this incident directly. There's video of another man, AJ Mana, telling Raja Jackson to get his receipt on Syko Stu. Now, to add what you were saying earlier, you're like, who's in charge? Was it AJ Mana? I mean, he was handling him directly. If he's not in charge of everything, maybe like he was placed in charge of handling.
He was directing that section. Yeah.
Exactly. And Tom Lawler, I mean, far be it for me to say, but he likely has some insight on that, I would say, as well. As far as like, he fucking probably knew some people there. He probably knows people who trains with fucking Raja. He probably know, right? So I mean, I would just trust his word on that. And I'm not, it's fuck that Rikishi hasn't like put out a statement.
Yes.
But I think it is fucked. I agree with you on that. I don't know if Gangrel should, though, because I'm still unclear. Like, so they're 50-50 owners, or they're partnered together. Like, is that on him? I don't know.
Gangrel and Rikishi were the two founders. Black Pearl was the head trainer. So, and as far as I know, Dave is still one of the owners of KnokX. So,
damn.
Yeah.
Well, they should say something. But the blue paint guy had this to say, dude. He went outside of the crowd, like to the crowd after the incident. I'm assuming this is after he confronted Raja down the street. I'm assuming he walked back to the venue and then he started doing this.
All this stuff right now. But guess what? Get out your cameras right now. Hashtag Rampage Jackson. Rampage Jackson. Rampage Jackson. With all due respect, your son came up and disrespected our show, big dog. So I'm telling you right now, your son came and disrespected our show. If you don't know me, I got barely about like 10 followers online because I'm really not that popping. But today, I'm about to get popping, I'm telling you right now. So it's freeze_KPE, because that's what it is, right? KnokX Pro Entertainment. All day, every day, I bleed it, bro. I'm telling you right now. As soon as you cut me, it's red and black. KnokX Pro. You know who else was built from here? Another person called Jacob Fatu. Yeah, you know that one, right? You see what I'm saying? So I'm telling you right now. So listen up. You about to ask a question. I'm going to tell you right now. Oh, boy, busting my homie up. His son came here and busted my homie up.
What the fuck's going on here? Can you?
So what I'm guessing here is this is one of the greenhorns from the school. I'm not sure what his name is because I just tried looking up Freeze KPE and he's not coming up, at least on Twitter. So that might be his TikTok or his Instagram or something.
Right.
What I'm seeing is he's probably a greenhorn who is probably sticking up for his friend, and he probably sees people gathered outside who just saw everything that went down with fucking Raja going ape shit in the parking lot and everything. And he is doing his best to try to just quell the people that are there and try to be like, we're still here. This is our home. Basically trying to do the rah-rah speech just to try to lighten the mood with the fans.
And be like, yeah, I'm defending this shit. Like, if you guys want a problem, like sticking up for his brand and being like, it's just funny how he's like, my homies cut.
I know I was like, when I first saw it, I was like, is that Kyle Mooney? Like,
I don't think baseball players talk like that, bro.
Right. But I mean, I guarantee he was just trying to, find a way to quell the people who are out there and still shell shocked from what happened. So I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. He took initiative and was just, and he wasn't making it about himself. He was making it about the company. So he was basically just trying to be like, the company is not, the company is not a bad place. And we don't want you to think it's a bad place. We don't want you to think it's an unsafe place.
Yeah, well, it is good, I guess, if that's what he did. It seemed like he aggravated shit pretty badly there a couple of times, but yeah, it is what it is. MMA Guru again, he posts this clip of, well, just take a listen. He says, I'm not sub farming, but 50 subs and I'll knock him out. So like he's literally sub farming here to almost murder a guy.
That's ridiculous.
How many subs to knock him out? That's a good question. I don't know. I ain't really sub farming, but 50 subs, knock him out. 50 subs.
I ain't really sub farming. 50 subs to knock him out. Hey, everyone listening, I'm sub farming. Subscribe to my shit, Pro Wrestle Times, Pro Wrestle Clips. I ain't sub farming, but 50 subs to knock him out. It's like, what the fuck, dude? So he did it for subs, man.
Yeah.
We see more evidence of that. Just completely disgusting.
Oh, okay. That I found the dude's on Instagram. His name is Joe Freeze.
Okay.
That's that. Joe Freeze. Yeah.
Well, book him. I'm sure he's taking bookings right now. So
I
Douglas
am flying him
Mallow
out from the West Coast.
Douglas Mallow, a wrestler who was involved in the ensuing melee to stop Jackson's alleged attack, told USA Today in an interview that Smith was awake and talking on August 24, but had broken bones in his face and lost a lot of teeth. Mallow added that Smith could be released from the hospital on August 24. He was choking on his own blood and teeth. Somebody reminded me there's kids there, and then I was like, oh my God. So sad. And so what else do we have here? Here, this is that fucking idiot who's like doing a crypto scam, trying to fucking get money off of this thing, which is utterly disgusting. Yeah. But we have a real link that you guys can check out, and then we are going to look just at some good footage of. Well, we do have another bit of controversy, but I do want to look at some good footage of Syko Stu just to show everybody what kind of man he was. But Stuart Smith, okay, from Syko Stu's account. We've set up an official GoFundMe for Syko Stu to help cover uncovered costs, loss of income, and to support his recovery, the family of Stuart Smith. So, guys, go to, if you're a part of the PWT universe, the GoFundMe here. They have a $5,500 goal. And MrBeast,
5,500 to the goal. So the goal is probably like 10 grand.
Okay, well, listen, MrBeast, you got that tenfold. So take care of that shit. Behind the scenes, let the people come out and support here too. And just remember, he has kids and shit. If he's unable to work or something, that could like fuck up their lives, and that's really unfair. And yes, Raja Jackson should pay. I'll say that he should definitely pay. And whether that's behind bars or to the family, I don't know. But that kid really needs some fucking like psychological evaluation type shit. And I shouldn't have removed that from the bookmarks, but I'll get it back in there and we will share that again. And I will link it in the podcast as well, in the podcast description, wherever you're at. If you're listening right now, scroll down and contribute to that GoFundMe. So somebody who had a take on this situation that he caught heat for, I believe. Now, I didn't watch this, but I think Rob Van Dam took to the internet and said, Raja Jackson situation explained, new footage. And Rob Van Dam posted this, and it has 1.5 million views from one day ago. That's how fucking viral this situation is, JJ. Yeah. And I don't know, man. Someone explain the footage. I don't know. Someone's like, new footage. I don't know if this sheds any light, but it sort of, I guess, paints. We're not going to watch this whole thing, but it paints Raja, I think, in like, this isn't his fault. Maybe. I'm not sure. Let's look at the replies, because some people were triggered that Van Dam shared this. They were like, Rob, fuck you, man. And then, but the guy who posted this is like, I truly think it would have went so much better if he didn't read the comments at first. He only wanted to slam him. So I don't know if this guy's defending him or not, but I just wanted to point out, like, people are jumping on Rob Van Dam, being like, fuck you for sharing this. Like, we can see here. Are you sure you didn't confuse the weed with crack? Insane. Ion Man not defending the dude who is actually in your industry is mind-blowing. So I believe my interpretation is that video, I have to watch it. I'm yet to, but I believe people are insinuating who did watch it.
Assuming Syko Stu is drunk? What the fuck?
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Who's in this video talking? Like, I don't know. You are a fucking clown if you are backing Raja, truly sick fuck. So is it Van Dam talking in the video? Tell us about ECW. Rob, you're married to a prostitute corn star. You have the IQ of a peanut. No one gives a fuck about what you think. Rob Van Dam is a dumb clown. Lost all respect for you.
That fucking Action Man one. Holy shit.
That's crazy. So let's like take a listen here. Maybe we won't listen to the whole thing.
It's Raja Obama.
This is Roger Jackson, son of legendary fighter Quentin Rampage Jackson. And if you haven't seen the video yet, he got into some pretty sparring from a spinning kick.
So why is Van Dam? So why are people getting mad at Van Dam? Let me check his timeline and see if there's any more tweets about. So he did a live an hour ago. RVD will discuss the Raja Jackson attack. What else? Anyone interested in catching up? So maybe they're just upset because this video paints Raja in like a victim light or something. I'm not sure, but unfortunate RVD's getting attacked. What do you make of RVD getting attacked for sharing this video?
Would have to see why exactly he chose to share it. So, like, I think that's where the context needs to lie. Like, did he actually watch the video, or did he only share it because he thought that all the footage was there and didn't realize the context? Like, that's a can of worms right there.
And he deleted the post. He deleted it. Yeah, as I'm
Okay.
just seeing here now.
So I'm guessing he shared it because he was looking for a link of YouTube footage, because obviously, stuff that's on Kick and Rumble is stuff that, is because people can't get on YouTube anymore.
Right.
So I'm guessing that people were asking what was going on, and he was just like, well, here's a full video with all the video footage, not realizing what, was being narrated over it.
Well, in light of all this, I mean, I don't know if it's in light of all this, but just here's what kind of guy Stu is. So let's just take a look.
In 2009, I had just got out of the military, probably about 6 months earlier. I got out of the military. I joined KnokX Pro, because I needed something to focus on. I needed something to help me adjust back into civilian life. A lot of veterans, it's hard for them to readjust into civilian life coming from the life of the military. I'm an American soldier that suffers from PTSD. Being in front of a crowd, it doesn't give me as much anxiety and aggression as I thought it would.
Damn, so there you go. He wrestles to combat his PTSD. He's a veteran, someone who fought for this country. I'm just kidding. I'm in Canada, but but I'm sure we were aligned. We usually are. And so that's how I guess we'll choose to remember him. Not that he's passed on or anything. I'm not trying to sound insensitive, but like I would rather that be the last vision in our minds rather than and the last thing we hear of him talking, rather than the violent act or some fucking heinous little bitch having an emotional temper tantrum about no one should disrespect me, dog. So fucking stupid.
Right. And you can obviously tell now, seeing that. So he started when KnokX first opened in 2009, which means he's a 16-year veteran. Right. That means that like they set up this spot for this kid to do with the most seasoned guy they had on the active roster so that things would go smoothly. And this fucking kid just lost his shit and went into business for himself in a big way. And that's what makes it even worse. Because it's like, I could see, and I couldn't see, but like if you put him in there with someone who was super green and shit fell apart, then you'd be like, well, that's what you get for, having the blind leading the blind. But you have a guy here who's been with this company for over a decade, who obviously knows what he's doing, and this kid just lost his shit.
Yeah, and I mean, we're not lawyers, we're not police ossifers or anything or anything like that, right? But I mean, we're not gonna fucking put the gavel down. But what would you like to see happen, or what do you think will happen? What is your final thoughts sort of on this whole thing, and what do you think the outcome will be for Raja Jackson?
So and mind you, I've seen a lot of times where like people have laughed about people in wrestling bringing up lawsuits against other people, but in this case, there should be an aggravated assault charge filed, because I mean, you could probably nail him for attempted murder, but at the very least, aggravated assault, because this is obviously someone who took matters into his own hands with too much force, and and in all honesty, depending on what evidence gets brought to light in Discovery, if it goes that far, I would say people like AJ Mana should catch a charge for aiding and abetting. As far as it goes, because there's no reason for this to happen, and it's a situation that could have been avoided if it was handled differently by all parties involved except for Syko Stu, because he was a consummate professional who tried to make sure that things weren't going off the deep end right from the beginning. He was told, we're going to do this spot, gave him a love tap with an empty aluminum can on the top of his head, which is the hardest part of the human body. And you feel no pain when it's something that light. And this kid loses his shit. And this dude calmed him down and sat him down and said, we're always working. What's cool. We shook hands with him twice and was like, okay, we'll still do this spot. Had no issue with doing the spot with him. And then this kid just fucking goes insane on him. And yeah, so all parties who were involved in the planning of it need to see some sort of consequence.
No, I'm with you 100% on that. And folks, if you're listening, if you're watching rather, you can see I have the GoFundMe pulled up on the screen. If you are watching this or listening, regardless, down below in the description will be the link to the GoFundMe to help support Syko Stu's recovery journey. And yeah, I mean, they have $22,654 USD raised, and their goal is $35K. And of course, I mean, hospital bills and Lord only knows. So him not being able to work for a long time, right? So MrBeast, I'm sure you got the $35K in the bank, so at least match that or double that or some type of shit. And yeah, especially if you're going to tweet about it when it's like a thing that's getting millions of views. Like, this thing has gone ultra viral, transcended. And my final thoughts are just like, I guess I'll give him the old Jim Cornette. All right.
Thank you. Fuck you. Bye. Boom.
That's all I can say, right? Fuck him, feed him fish heads. That's all I can do. Shout out old Jimbo. Ladies and gentlemen, that was PWT Podcast episode 98, I believe. And thank you so much for being here and listening in. And I want to thank my guest, JJ Alexander of White Heat. Round of applause. And why don't you let the good folks at home know where they can find you and, what you got going on, if there's anything you want to plug.
Yep. So the YouTube channel is Full Circle Radio. The Facebook page is Full Circle Radio Network. And my personal Twitter is at JJ_Alexander, where I have the updates to everything that goes on the channel. But yeah, like I said, we have a semi-weekly wrestling podcast called White Heat. We have a blind draw movie review podcast called Wildcard Cinema, and I have 2 reaction and rant shows called Catharsis and Brass Tacks. So there's a plethora of stuff you can view there at your pleasure. But please, trying to build up those subs, because there's some other things we want to plan, but they would have to go behind a paywall, and I'm not going to start charging people for jack until we actually bump up those subs.
Well, again, I just want to thank you for being here, giving us your insight, man. As a booker, promoter, Fed runner, fucking YouTube marksman like myself, I just appreciate you being here, and I can't wait to come do your show. Guys, you know where to find me. That's why you're already here. And patreon.com/prowrestletimes. Until next time, I bid you all adieu, and I'll see you in the upside down.